A very warm welcome to the Pod and Rhythms with myself, Drum People. You know how we do it every single time. Today on the show, I'm hanging out with an amazing woman. She is a guru. She is a boss lady, and we'll be having a beautiful chat right here on the show. You don't want to miss a thing. Look, she does a lot of things in the music industry. She's behind some of the big names that you see on TV now and then, and it's gonna be beautiful right here. You don't want to miss a thing. One more time, a very warm welcome to the Pod and Rhythms with myself, Drum People. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back to the Pod and Rhythms. I told you already I'm hanging out with an amazing woman right here on the show. Beautiful woman indeed. She is a powerhouse. And my sister,
Good morning. How are you
I'm
doing?
good. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. And thank you so much for having me over.
Awesome. Anytime. Welcome to the
Yes.
Pod and Rhythms.
It's a pleasure to be here, and it's my first time, but I hope that we can do more business
That's
and
right.
probably give platforms for more artists to
Most
actually come and
definitely.
have
Most definitely.
interviews.
How are you doing? How are you feeling? I like to ask people how they are feeling, you know?
I'm all right. I'm fine. Just a bit exhausted because
Right.
we've got festivals and shows coming up, but I'm okay.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So, who would you say you are? For the people who don't know you yet and the big things that you are doing, who would you say you are?
I would actually say I'm a girl from a small town called Queenstown who
Okay.
wanted to come to Joburg to actually build a name for herself.
Hmm.
That is who I am. But right now, I call myself Boss Lady Worldwide
That's right.
because I feel that I'm able to create opportunities and open opportunities for others.
Right. Look, that name, Boss Lady, it comes with a lot. You know, when I hear
Yes.
Boss Lady, I'm like, okay, this one is pulling some stops and some strings here that it's not usual. You know, what are some of the things that you're busy with and some of the things that you do?
So having 14 years in the music industry,
That's
I
right.
believe that I've earned the name. It started off as Boss Lady Junior because I was
Okay.
still looking up to my mentors such as Velilis Tole,
Yeah.
such as Penny Libiane.
Mm.
So I got to a point that I felt I've traveled some parts of the world and I can now gain the name Boss Lady Worldwide.
Yeah. Like
So
wear the actual crown.
yes, I can own it.
That's right.
So yes, so it took a couple of years for me to have that confidence to own it.
Mm.
And I think the people behind me have given me the confidence and the courage
Yeah.
to actually own it and live up to it.
Yeah. You do manage artists
Yes.
and you do festivals and things like that. One of the things that I find very interesting with artists is they are in their own world. You know, when you tell
Yes.
an artist that it's 10 o'clock, at 11 o'clock you'll be calling them and the phones are off and they'll show up at 1 o'clock and things like that. They have their
Yes.
own language that they speak.
Mm.
You are not an artist. How do you juggle around that behavior, that mindset?
With the 14 years of being in the space, I
Hmm.
think I've learned the characters.
Yeah.
I've learned that you need to understand that they are special individuals.
That's right.
They are creatives.
Mm.
So with logic, time, logistics, it's not a thing.
Yeah.
So that's why with most festivals, you give them a call time.
Mm.
A call time is like an hour before they perform, making
Yeah.
sure that no matter what creeps up, you know that you've got an hour between their performance.
Mm.
So basically just learning them and understanding them because they're very emotional as well,
That's
artists
right.
and creatives.
That's right.
So you have to tap into that, nurture them, mother them, some of them. But at the end of the day, it's an ecosystem. We all need each other.
Mm.
We all have to learn our different characters.
That's right.
So that's how I think I've managed. Like right now, to tell you, we ran a program called Risquizen Music Tour.
Okay.
So this was like an opportunity for emerging artists to join us on performing on different platforms.
Yeah.
So we had about 253 applications.
Wow.
So these are like 253 artists that we have to communicate with, make sure that we have a certain number for certain activations.
That's right.
So it was a mess, but I'm lucky that I do not work alone. I've got a team. So my team is always assisting where I decide that I want to give up.
Yeah.
And her name is Noma Sondo, and she's like, no, you are not allowed to give up.
Yeah.
We are not going to give up. So I think it's all understanding the environment that we are working in and just holding each other's hands.
Right, right. Look, what is a legacy that you would like to leave behind one day? You know, with the festivals that you're doing and the music industry and everything that you're doing, what is one legacy that you would like to be remembered with?
That is a very tricky one, but I always go back to the first days of starting or working in the creative space. I came into Moshito at a very young age of 23.
Okay.
There I became an administrator, then I worked my way up to be the general manager and conference director. But just to understand Moshito, what it was about, it's about nurturing artists.
Yeah.
Nurturing, developing artists, giving them knowledge and tools to actually succeed in the music space, in the business space of music.
Right.
So my legacy and what I believe my company stands for, which is KS Music Agency, we believe in developing artists. We believe in bridging the gap. So that's the legacy I would love to leave behind, that we are all seen as equals, as musicians and creatives, and we are given equal opportunities. Because some of the promoters or some of the radio stations, they're killing the spirits of musicians when they treat them like emerging artists. And while that artist has a burning feeling or a sensation of wanting to succeed, but they always push them to the back and treat them in a different manner. So all I want is equality, and that we all get or gain the right equal opportunities in the music industry.
That's right. You are a busy person, I should say.
Yes.
You know, with all these festivals and artists, and that industry is very choked, and there's a lot that you have to do to put the artists that you manage out there. When do you get time to relax, and what do you do to relax?
I hardly relax, and the worst part about it, I've even moved my kids to go and stay with my father. That's how I am dedicated to this thing called the music and artists development. I hardly relax, but I try and build an environment where we go and listen to new music, go out to festivals. That's what I enjoy during my spare time. But at the same time, the brain is still working because these are new artists that I'm exposing myself to. But I believe that it's my purpose. You can't relax when you have a driven purpose. So I enjoy what I do. And I relax every day when I step into a studio when an artist is recording, because I've got an amazing artist called Ndunja. Ndunja is from Mahotela Queens. Her music is spiritual.
Will be on our other show very soon.
Oh yes, I am gonna bring her. Her music is spiritual, so I just step into that spiritual zone. I just begin to understand my purpose. And that's why I say I love what I do. Taking care of artists. When you say spiritual,
it is all music not spiritual?
You could say it is. It is actually, music is all spiritual, but her type of music has, I think it resonates with my soul. And my identity, who I am. Because it's more traditional music. I love traditional music. I've been to different music markets around the world. Been to Mauritius, where the music, it's also spiritual. It's more Indian based, from the Indian Ocean. So I think I'm more of a traditional, spiritual, cultural person. And that's why I'm saying when I step into studio and she's creating music, I just get some sense of peace and comfort.
let's compare the international market a little bit with what we have here. What do you think is the difference, and where do you think South African music falls short?
We are falling short with exposure, I
Okay,
feel. Yes, because the quality of music we have, it's the
it's
best.
amazing.
It's one of
Yeah,
the best.
yeah,
The culture behind it, because I believe in preserving our culture, our inheritance. So all we need is to have confidence and have enough exposure.
right.
How radio is not playing most of African music,
Mm.
it breaks my heart.
Yes,
How they
yes.
want us to become more American,
Mm.
want us to become Beyonces.
Yeah,
There's only one Beyonce,
right.
but there isn't Dunja,
Mm.
that deserves that same time slot that they are playing Beyonce.
Do you not think that sometimes it's also the artist? They some of them tend to imitate and idolize this American artist out there, and
Because
you
the
know,
exposure wants American artists. They selling more American culture to us. So if the people that have the power and the platforms
mm,
would encourage traditional music, encourage South African
that's
music,
right.
then you would then understand that this music is actually good.
Yeah,
There's no need for us to mimic a Jay-Z.
that's right.
If you can look at Nasty C started,
Amazing.
amazing
Yeah,
artist, amazing
yeah.
Zulu artist, but he went to America, then he started sounding like the Americans, So you see, those are the challenges that we have. But if
Yeah,
we start here at home and we start accepting who we are, accepting the type of music that we make,
yeah.
we can actually go far. We are actually bigger than those Americans. But we need our own cheerleaders in Africa and in South Africa.
Is it peer pressure, or is it lack of identity that makes us just, I mean, lose our sound, lose, like you're talking about him going
Sure.
there and then he forgets who he is. What exactly is the problem?
It's actually the people on top. It's got nothing to do with us because they control the spaces. I can give you an example. When Claude came into SABC
Yeah,
and he said 90% radio,
yeah,
what happened?
yeah,
Stories started popping up about
yeah.
Claude. They had to remove Claude because now this guy came with something that could change radio and change opportunities for many South Africans.
Yeah.
Yes, he was not the best, but that opportunity, if we had kept that 90%
Yeah.
of local music, we
Right.
would be far by now.
True,
But people could
True.
not see his vision at that time.
true.
Yeah.
In your entire career, almost 2 decades, what has been your highlight?
My highlight.
Yeah.
Oh,
The day where you go home, you lie down and you're like, wow, I've done it. This one, I've done it.
it's actually a difficult one. My biggest highlight was actually opening up my agency in 2019,
Okay.
which is KS Music. It's amazing how it has grown over the past 5 years, I could say,
That's right.
and how many people look back and like, thank you, Sina, for this platform.
Wow.
It actually gives me so much peace.
Mm.
As I said, 253 artists to manage, give them radio opportunities,
Yeah.
give them performance opportunities. It's not something that's easy to do,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
with a no budget and a no no funding. Someone even called me like, why are you doing a non-profit business? I'm like, it's not for me though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
for the artists that are hoping and
Mm.
hoping to have someone who believes in them.
True.
So just giving them a bit of belief and confidence and creating these platforms. Someone will see our vision as KS and
Yeah.
they will put the money. That money will go to the artist,
Yeah.
pay for artist performances, platforms for them to plug their music.
Right.
So it's one of my highlights, the agency. Other highlights, Moshito that I've worked in, having like cultural exchange agreements with about 5 music markets.
Okay.
That is another achievement that I feel that I did great. Having to see different artists from South Africa
Yeah.
going to those markets and those other artists from the different countries coming to South Africa.
Yeah.
It's also a good achievement for myself. So yes, those would be the two.
Okay. Now, those are highlights. Let's put it aside. What is your major challenge? Running that career that you are running. what is your major challenge? I know a lot of people will say money, but put money aside. What is
The
yours?
first one. Money is the first one. My biggest challenge is operating on passion.
Okay.
Yes, because we get to a point where we are like, this is not for us, this
Yeah.
is for the other person, but we are dying inside.
Yeah.
We don't have family times.
Mm.
We are busy looking after other people's best interests.
Yeah.
And then those artists, they still come to you and be like, no, you are getting money. You are not giving us money. Where do you get the time to do this? Open up this opportunity, do this.
Yeah.
And we're
Yeah.
like, we are just using our connections. We are doing this because we love what we are doing.
That's right.
So, like, understanding and also being a female in this space, people undermine you at times.
Yeah.
People want to change your narrative or your direction. Like, why are you operating as a non-profit?
Yeah.
Why not? Why must our first goal be profiting
Yeah.
out of artists that have nothing? You
Right.
know.
Right.
So those would be my challenges, and also just making time for everything that I do,
Yeah.
because it's a lot.
So if an artist wants to contact you for management, for whatever it is, how do they get hold of you?
The agency is a base platform, which is KS Music Agency on social platforms.
Okay.
Also, our email address is info.ksmusic@gmail.com. And I forgot the number, the office number. But yeah, so that's where it's best to find us.
Yeah. And what do you look out for in an artist before you sign them?
What we look out for originality.
Okay.
And foundation. Like, if you understand the music that you want people.
Yeah.
For me, it's pointless creating music that you feel that it will just make people dance.
Yeah.
But what is the foundation of that? What is the message? What are you trying to say? So it's more about identity for me.
Yeah.
If you can identify yourself and
Yeah.
your music resonate with me,
Right.
that's how we basically click or get you onto the agency or work with you. But for me, originality, culture
Yeah.
is number one.
So if somebody doesn't have a record yet, no music, they haven't recorded anything, and they come to you, they say, I'm a musician, will you sign me or will you manage me? What will you tell the person?
No. It would be a straight no,
Yeah.
but I can direct you to the right people that can help you.
Yeah.
I'm one of the people that I will not hold back my networks.
Yeah.
Because one, I work closely with Gauteng Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation.
Right.
I know some of the programs that they run because I just follow them as well. And I'm like, okay, here's an opportunity. How about I share this?
Yeah.
So they have like opportunities like recording artists, digitizing artists' music, to revamp their studios.
Yeah.
So it's me helping, sharing information.
That's right.
Yes, because at some time it takes a lot of resources to manage and record an artist.
Yeah.
So with where we are, the scale that we have, the capacity that we have, we don't have the resources to
That's
assist
right.
everyone.
That's right.
But for sure, I can direct you to the right person who can help you next.
And look, if you wanna seek for help from somebody, you should be in a position to help yourself a little bit.
Oh, yes.
If you don't have music, how do we know you can sing?
Oh, yes.
You know, that's the thing. Because there are a lot of guys there that are, they believe in themselves so much, but they have nothing to show. You know, so it's okay to also know that there's somebody who can direct them somewhere, even if they don't have music.
But it's also tricky. It's like looking for a job without a CV.
That's it.
You see, because one of the other things that at Moshito for the conferences, we are giving you the best speakers in the world.
Right.
who are coming to speak about the business of music. We are giving you A&R people. We are giving you record labels.
Yeah.
So if you just get up to them, hi, I'm Sina and I can sing, that person won't take you serious.
That's
and you
right.
just wasted their time.
Yeah.
You wasted your own time coming to Moshito not prepared. At least have your CV, which is your music. That's what I
right.
always preach. We also run like capacity buildings
Yeah.
where we teach artists how to package their music, how to write biogs, because a biography, it's your story.
Yeah.
It's not your whole story that I was born at this hospital at this time. They don't want to hear that part, but they want to hear the story behind your music and the
Yeah.
story behind your journey.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of capacity buildings because we believe knowledge is key,
Yeah.
and we believe that if you are educated enough, you are able to create your own opportunities.
That's right.
And your own
That's
chances of succeeding.
Tell me, what is this one thing that nobody knows about you, including the one you came here with? All the people that know you, what is the one thing they don't, that nobody knows about you?
I don't think I even know myself. I don't think I know myself, but what from the top of my mind, but everybody knows that I like nice things. I know.
Yeah.
There's that thing actually. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Right.
I'm as confused as everyone about life.
Beautiful.
But I am trying to figure out life
A
as
piece
I
at
go.
a time. A piece at a time.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is all I can say.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm sure she doesn't know.
That's right.
Maybe sometimes I walk around with confidence, like, let's go to the
She's
store.
figured out
Let's
everything,
go and
like,
speak
everything.
there. And when I get there, I don't even know how to approach this person, but
That's
I need
right.
to say something to this person.
Yeah.
But I just figure out as I go. And
Beautiful.
I believe a lot of us are there in life, but life is like an empty piece of paper.
That's
just
right.
start drawing and you'll get your perfect picture at the end.
Yeah. Sina, you know what, boss lady? Look, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. I really enjoyed the conversation, and I'm sure the people that are watching are learning something out of it.
No,
Thank you
same here.
so
Thank
much.
you so much. It was
Thank
a
you so
pleasure being here. I enjoy. And as I promised, I'll bring all my artists.
Please do. Please do. The doors are open wide. Please do.
Thank you for that.
All right, thank you
All
so
right,
much.
then.
All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with myself and Sina right here on the Pod and Rhythms. I had a great time, and I'm sure you also did. Please be sure to subscribe and also share this video so that we can reach the numbers and the people that needs to see such kind of videos. I will see you next week, same time, same place. God bless. Bye-bye.